Hello, my name is Dave Carraher, and I will be presenting Presentation 2 for Advanced Technologies in Game Development for Dave Carraher and Ben Jones. Presenting our game idea. Currently, our working title for this game idea is SkyThrivers. So when generating the game idea, most of our communications was done via email and Skype, primarily email. The approach we took was a multi-staged approach. First, we decided that we needed to agree on a platform and agreed that our interest lay primarily with developing for a mobile platform. Stage 2 was agreeing on an approach to generating the game idea, and we agreed that we wanted to both develop something that we would personally enjoy. We felt that that would be the best way to ensure that we developed a good game. Next, we chose to agree on a genre that we wanted to target, and again, both agreed that we both enjoyed arcade puzzle games, games like Angry Birds or Candy Crush Saga, those types of mobile games. Next stage was brainstorming. Each member of the team generated a list of ideas, which we shared and compared. The approach we took to generating that list of ideas was to focus on currently popular concepts and implementing features of games that we enjoyed, rather than necessarily trying to copy an existing game. Just focusing on some of the features. Some of our game ideas included an angry SkyDivers type of game, a spinning tops physics type of game aimed at keeping your top spinning the longest, a Bejeweled-like game where you matched water pipes to create a flow and then remove the pipes as you matched 3 pipe sections, a railroad pathing game similar to an old oil pipe type of game, and a railroad construction set type of game. In the end, we decided to go with a light physics puzzle game. Won't be a real detailed physics, but there will be some physics involved. That has to deal with skydivers. So you could think of this as an Angry Birds Skydivers version. Which we came up with a working title of SkyThrivers. The object of each level would be to land your skydiver or skydivers as close to a target as possible. And again, the look and feel will probably be pretty similar to Angry Birds, but in a 3D environment. The game idea and basic gameplay. The game is divided into levels, with the goal of each level again being to get the best score by landing closest to the target as possible. The player must achieve a minimum score to advance to the next level. Each level, the player must perform actions starting with positioning their helicopter or other flying platform before jumping the skydiver at the proper place and time. As the skydiver falls, he will fall through a variety of obstacles, blocks like cliffs or birds, things like wind currents that might push the skydiver left or right. Along the way, he may possibly pick up some coins or other treasures to increase his score, and there may be some power-ups along the way as well. And again, the object is to land as close to the center of the drop zone as possible, and the player will be scored based on their performance through the drop area. For role assignments, Ben is going to be handling most of the project management, task list, action items, timelines, so on and so forth. Dave, I will be doing the game design, most of the high-level game design, and generating the game design document we will be working from. I will also be handling the creation and collection of the graphic assets for the game. Ben will be collecting the sound and music. Both of us will be handling level design and character design, and Ben has agreed to take the lead role in developing the code for the game. For the game assets, the inventory of game assets, we will be obviously generating some graphics assets, the environment, the characters and obstacles on the screen, so on and so forth. Sounds, as you see listed there, for things like menus and pop-ups, the background noises, any type of collisions or other sounds that the screen is going to be making. Some type of mood or atmosphere music for the background. And we plan currently to use primarily assets via the Unity store. Again, some of this is driven by the rather aggressive timeline for game development. But as necessary, we can, of course, also use tools such as Blender or GIMP to generate graphics as needed. For resource management, we'll be using GitHub as our source code control and primary file sharing. We will also be using other tools such as Dropbox, where Unity is not necessarily, or rather where Git is not necessarily the best approach for sharing files. For collaboration, email and Skype have been both working very well for us, so we'll continue to be using that for collaboration. And Ben has also set up Google Docs for the project management and task list and scheduling. The game project plan, you see a high level estimate right there. It ties pretty closely to the course syllabus and the deadlines for each week. Obviously, our next step is to get the game design document done, try to start pulling together the assets and the initial code for prototyping what the game's going to look like. Again, it is fairly aggressive time schedule for a real game, but looking to get everything pulled together for an end of April release. That is our current idea, our SkyThrivers, a idea in progress. Thank you for watching our presentation. Dave Carraher generated much of the material, was primarily focused on game design and game resources. Ben has been primarily contributing in the area of project planning and scheduling, and will be again taking some of the lead on the coding going forward. And Dave provided the audio for this presentation. Thanks again for listening.